I should have tried to be more ordinary.
You were never ordinary.
Saw the movie, and the first thing, I just want to, can I just give you a hug real quick? It's been oh my God, I had to come give you a hug. I mean, geez, your life.
I know.
I don't think a lot of people understand how the things that you have been through in your life, in your search for love.
20 years of it, too. And that's a 20-year, I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I know what's in it. And there's a lot of stuff that went on in 20 years. I mean, how did we survive? But we did.
You two have formed more than just a friendship, a real bond, haven't you?
We're having children together.
Okay.
It's in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you love about this man, and what have you learned about him?
I have been a fan of Elton for as long as I can remember. I sang your song when I was 17 to audition for RADA, and I've loved the idea and his and Bernie's music forever, but it's only since we've become friends and I have found out how interested and kind and curious and caring and full of love and concern he is, that I've fallen in love with him as a person. He is intuitive in the extreme and one of the kindest people I know.
And it works both ways because I'm obviously a lot older than Taron, but we're very much alike. Artists are very much alike in a lot of ways. They can be very self-destructive, they can be very moody, and they can go off and shut themselves away. And we both have the ability to do that. So my ambition in life now is to make sure he doesn't make the same mistakes that I did.
Can we talk about some of those mistakes that are in the movie? I had no idea. I'm in Dodger Stadium last week, and I see the picture of you with the baseball bat, and it's such an iconic moment that everybody loves. But just days before that,
A day before, right?
2 days before Dodger Stadium, I was having my stomach pumped. I took an overdose. And there I was 2 days later at Dodger Stadium with Cary Grant and Billie Jean King and having the time of my life. You can say that I'm resilient, and that's one thing I am. I'm resilient. And I wasn't going to pass the opportunity of playing that great stadium for 2 days. By the way, the Dodgers are playing really well. And it was just, it was the peak of my career at that point. It was the highlight of my career to play Dodger Stadium. Are you kidding me? But I was not mentally well before that, obviously. But as a performer, performers are very resilient, and they come on stage and they do their bit and they do it well. You have to. That's what you do. You're a performer. And that's what saved my life, being a performer.
Reddy's piano teacher thinks he's good enough for a scholarship.
Really? You think he's got that kind of talent?
Of course he has. But you'd know that if you took the slightest bit of interest in me or this family.
Bryce Dallas Howard is brilliant in this movie also. But she's so, one of the nicest people in the world, but so damn mean in this movie. You look at her and you say, wow, it shocks you. Her performance is great, though.
I don't know. So, I mean...
Right, you know.
Yeah, I do. And Bryce is fantastic in the movie, and she brings a very specific energy. And, Elton has spoken a lot about he had a tricky relationship with his parents, and Bryce is, she fulfills that role very, very well, because that's, I think, where a lot of your problems stem from, if I may say so myself. That's certainly how
I was a product of a very unhappy marriage, and, the sad thing is my mum and my dad married the wrong people. They shouldn't have married each other. And the great thing about when they finally split up and went their way and had a divorce, they found happiness, which I'm so happy about. They both found the partner they should have had before that.
Although, thank the Lord, they made that mistake, right?
Right, because it's, yeah.
But it was, and in those days, in the 50s, a different attitude, very conservative. So when people were going to get divorced, it was considered to be an outrage, or please don't tell the neighbors, make sure the neighbors don't know. That was what it was like. And they honestly stayed together much longer for my education, and I appreciate that. But it was tough, because every time they got together, they would argue about me. But the great thing is that after they did divorce, they found happiness, and I'm really pleased about that.
Taron, you recorded Rocketman, but is there any other of the songs that kind of seeped into your soul? Because there are so many moments in this movie where you are singing the songs, and we feel this you feel this weird back and forth that you remember you performing that song in that moment.
I love different songs for different reasons. I have to say, I think in our movie, your song is a bit of a triumph as a storytelling moment, because it's a moment of.
Can I just cut you? It is a moment where you're sitting in the movie and you're like.
Thank you. That's actually largely, I'm the one singing, but it's actually largely down to Jamie Bell's work as well. He's a beautiful scene partner in that bit of the movie, and he pays attention wonderfully. And it's a real moment of a real celebration of Elton and Bernie's friendship, and I feel very, very, very proud of it. So I would say that moment and that song.
And I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard the music, and he's done the most phenomenal job with the music. So our songs are not easy to sing. They're not. They're quite complicated. They're not straightforward songs. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, Tiny Dancer aren't straightforward songs to sing. And the more he started singing, the better he got. And Giles Martin, who of course is George's son, is the musical director on the whole film, and encouraged him to loosen up, do the rock songs, and he sings things like Amarina, Hercules, Saturday Night, so brilliantly, Bitches Back, and he really put every fibre of his body into the singing, let alone the acting. I mean, he's worked double hard. He's done the singing and he's done the acting. And I wanted this movie. I didn't want someone to be lip syncing. Right. Not taking away from any other movies, but I wanted someone to sing. So you were more convinced, and I'm hoping when I see the final thing tonight, I know the music is fantastic, and I know people have told me that it's seamless, the music lifts the music from scene to scene, but his music, what I've heard, is quite unreal, quite unreal.
Thank you.
No, it's phenomenal. We are right outside you shot I'm Still Standing,
right.
And in this movie you get a sense of what that song really means. Now that you think back, is it a miracle that you are still standing, that you're here today?
My life has been a miracle, and it's been a series of serendipity and luck, good fortune, and brave decisions. But sitting here in this room now, the movie is showing tonight, premiering for the first time, and I know I'm Still Standing is probably the last scene in the movie. It is surreal, because what I tried to do to myself, I shouldn't be sitting here. And I've been very, very lucky in the fact that I suddenly realized that I had two choices. One was to die, one was to live. And it took me 16 years to ask for help, to say 3 words, I need help, because I was so proud. Because I knew I had a problem. It's like, wow, I have a problem, big time. And I was very unhappy with myself, so I was ashamed of myself. But those 3 words, I'm saying to everyone out there, if you have a problem and you're unhappy and you're sad and you're lonely, phone up someone, ask them for help. They will help you. People helped me straight away. And I was so bowled over by kindness and people wanting to get my life back on track. I had to do a lot of work myself, but people are so kind and so fantastic. So I saved my life. And here I am, sitting in the place, above the place where we shot that iconic scene in the video.
Yeah. You're looking at a survivor.
Yeah, no, really.
Yeah, but I still feel like a little kid, too.
Hey!
I love that. That's why I had to give him a hug when he first walked in. I saw the movie. I was like, I got to give you a hug.
Listen, I'm 72 years old. I still feel like a kid. I still have a lot of energy. And, I'm the luckiest man in the world. I'm on the biggest world tour of my life. I have this film coming out, which everyone said is amazing. And I know it. I hope and pray that it gets a great reaction. But even if it doesn't, I know that we probably have made the film that we set out to make, and that's all that counts.
I feel that way, absolutely.
Yeah. And so this year is amazing. I have The Lion King coming out.
Yeah, and how about that?
And then I have a book coming out. And it's all, in the 73rd year of my life, this is the biggest year of my career. So I'm very happy. This man has been such an important part of it. And Dexter Fletcher, who directed it, Giles Martin, who did the music, all the actors in the film, Richard Madden, Bryce Howard, Jamie Bell, everyone in the cast, I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And David Furnish and Matthew Vaughn, who produced the film, have done the most amazing job.
By the way, you talk about all the actors, but really this is also about your relationship with Bernie. And you do such a great job of showing the magic of that relationship. How did you guys work on that on the set?
Well, I remember it was one of the first things I asked Elton when we first met, what was it like when you first met Bernie? And I'll never forget what Elton said. He said it was like meeting the brother I never had. I had someone to go to the cinema with. And I always say this, but it's mad that once upon a time, Elton John might not have had someone to go to the cinema with. And I found that to be a very inspiring relationship, aside from all of the beautiful music. I just think that friendship and that brotherly love between them was an exciting relationship to build, and Jamie Bell was the perfect choice for that.
Yeah, we've been together over 50 years, and we have never had an argument. There were times when we took a distance from ourselves because he needed to take distance from me. Well, I never thought that we would never come back together because we were still friends. I'm so proud of my relationship with him, and I love him more now than I did when I met him, which says a lot because in this business, you know, you can get knifed in the back, you know, there's not much loyalty. But to have that relationship and to be celebrating this relationship of mine and his 50 years along the line, he was the glue that held me together.
I don't understand how you sit at a piano, though, and take those words and make those words into magic.
Nor do I.
Oh.
I don't. I have no idea. It's just happenstance and serendipity, but he gives me a lyric, and I sit down, I look at the lyric and read it through, and there's a little film comes in my head, and then I start and put my hands on the piano, and off we go. And I have no idea. It's a God-given thing, and I'm never thought about it. It freaks me out thinking, well, will I be able to do it this time? But I never fail to be able to write to his lyrics. For those of you who don't know, in Rocketman, I don't sing anything. Taron has re-recorded all the songs that are in the movie.
Your radio show.
Yeah.
It is I don't know if everyone discovered it. Taron was on it. It's a great interview, and you guys go through music, but you have an eclectic mix of different people. You find different artists, and you've embedded all these new young artists in your radio show, too.
We started it, I just did my 200th show in 2 days ago. I recorded it. We started it with Apple, and I said, listen, I just want to play the music that I want to play. I just want to play great music. I don't want to have this is my show, so I'm choosing the music. So what I do every month, they send me all the new music that they have, and then I buy my own CDs too, and I write the CDs that they don't have on the list down because they have more of the poppy things, and I have more of the more intricate things. Mm-hmm. We sit down together. Charlie from my office comes over. We go through all the new music and say yay or nay, and then I play my music and say, what do you think? And then I put them all together, and we do 4 shows at a time, which is 4 one-hour shows. And it is the most fun you can possibly have because there's so much great music out there by so many young artists. And, you know, we started playing Billie Eilish, Khalid, people like that, ages, Christine and the Queen, before they even became successful. And then you see them become successful, and you think, yeah, I'm so happy for you guys because, you know, I can see that talent at an early age, at their early age. And I'm able to help them. I FaceTime 2 people a week. This week I did Lizzo, who was so fantastic. I love you, Lizzo. And a boy called Jacob Leventhal, who's from New York, who wrote beautiful songs. And no one's heard of him really yet, but they will. And you get to FaceTime people and become friends with them. Brandy Carlisle, who I knew anyway, but I was able to FaceTime her. Katie Musgrave did a whole program with me. Yeah. Q-Tip did a whole program with me. He did one. Brandon from the Killers did one.
Yeah, great music too. Yeah. You turned me on to some people.
Oh, absolutely. Show. Yeah. It's fun, and it's, you know, if you don't keep up with the young, you're dead. You have to look at new movies, new music, listen to new music, read new books, see new artists, photographers, because when you find something new, it inspires you. I know all the great old stuff. It's in my head. It's in my computer, and I love it. It makes me happy. But it doesn't make me as happy as when I hear something new. That I say Billie Eilish or Lizzo or Khalid or Channel Trays and Tiana Taylor. Do you know Tiana Taylor?
I know Tiana Taylor. Just with her.
Baby! I love her so much. And I've been able to talk to her.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it was great.
So it's like, this inspires me. The young have the energy and they have the ability to make me feel inspired. And I love that. And I hope I will never stop doing that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I appreciate this movie.
Thank
you guys
you
did
so
a hell of
much.
a job.
Thank
I can't
you.
wait.
Thank you.
Can't wait till the world gets to see it.
Thank you.